Hello, hello. We are on the last day of this phase. Final week out of 3. But what we're going to do is walk you through day 3 and day 6. And that way you can get this done. And similar to our other days of this phase, there is no rest between exercises, but there is a rest between sets. So we're still going to do 4 sets. Each exercise is either 5 to 10 reps. And I'll guide you through them. Today is mostly a core focus day. So what I have done, because I'm trying to work on glutes right now, and why I'm doing that is because I'm eating so many calories that I'm like, well, I might as well build a butt while I'm at it, or further emphasize my butt. But the main 3 exercises are going to be core. And then what I would say is if there's an area that you're wanting to improve, most of the time it's shoulders for women, core for women, or butt for women. So we need to take out the core because we're already doing that today. We don't need to add in more because more is just more, not necessarily better. But say you want to do shoulders, maybe after you do this series, you add in like 3 sets of 8 of overhead press or Arnold press. I actually like Arnold press better for the shoulders. But that's just my preference. For me, for the glutes, what I'm doing is a sumo squat, but maybe you want to do hip thrust, or maybe you want to do a single leg deadlift. Maybe you want to do just squats in general. So it really depends. But if I was a beginner doing this, my recommendation would be just stick with what's programmed. So the 3 core exercises and call it good. So still should take maybe about 12 to 15 minutes, not including your warm up. And then let's get to it so I can give you this final day. Next week, I'm going to do a deload week or an off week. And that way I can have some time for my body recovery. And I got to go. Have some time for my body to recover and just kind of think about what I want to move on to next. And I'll do a video on how I decide what program I'm going to run next and what I look for in a program. So let's get to these 3 core exercises and get you started. So the first core movement that I'm going to do is called a Turkish Get-Up. It is quite tactical, I guess we could say. It's just got a lot of components to it. I'm actually going to show you a modified version because I actually like this a lot better for clients. I think it does a better job of just engaging. When I see people do a Turkish Get-Up, you have to be pretty well advanced of your body and movement. And I think, like, if we're just trying to work on the core, let's just make it easy and simple. So this is what I call a modified Turkish Get-Up. I'm going to take a weight, and maybe I just do body weight in the beginning if I'm a beginner. If I'm a little more advanced, I'll show you with the weight option. So I'm going to come down on my back. The arm, I'm going to use my weaker side first. So again, for me, that's my left side. Usually it's your non-dominant side. My opposite leg, so my right leg is going to be straight. My left leg is going to be bent. I'm going to start with my arm up in the air. And what I'm going to do is just do a curl up, hold, and come back down. So that's like the first component of the actual Turkish Get-Up movement. Honestly, I'm just going to do 5 of these per side, switch side, and then I'm going to go into the next core exercise. So I'm just going to come up, exhale, and roll. So similar to that Bosu bowl roll up, I'm keeping my belly nice and flat. I don't want to see any doming or coning here. And then I'm going to roll back down slowly. So if I were to grab a weight when I do this, I'm going to come here, curl it up, press. I don't want my shoulder to relax. I want to keep my shoulder down and engaged. So similar to that B stance dumbbell curl or like a row, I'm going to come up and hold and just curl and then come back down. And so I'm going to do 5 of these per side, like I said. And so I'll take that down, I'll pull it over, switch legs. So my right leg is going to bend, my left leg is going to go straight, and I'll curl and roll up and do 5 there. Then we're going to move on to windmills.
We have the Mindset of Mommies program coming out March 3rd. In this group coaching program, you're going to get 8 weeks of foundational topics to give you the best pregnancy yet. This is for people who are interested in getting pregnant, who are currently trying to conceive, or if you're pregnant, and that could be your first pregnancy or your 5th pregnancy. In this 8-week series, what we're going to do is take you through weekly topics that focus on adjustments for pregnancy. So for example, how to adjust your exercise training through each trimester, which nutrition considerations you need to implement into your diet and lifestyle, what mindset shifts do you need to make through your body image, gaining weight, as well as your relationships. What support services should you seek? Do we need a pelvic floor physical therapist, chiropractor, massage, all the goods and ends? Also, resources. I've got a full Google Drive of resources for you to have access to. We'll also have weekly group calls. On these weekly group calls, they are recorded, so you have a lifetime of access to reference them. So if this is something you're interested in, again, we're starting March 3rd. Be sure to sign up in the link below, and let's get you started for the best pregnancy yet.
So windmill is a nice rotational exercise that I actually really love. It's one of my favorite core movements. So Again, I can just do this body weight. So I'm going to take my feet hip width, shoulder distance apart, similar to going into a squat. And then I'm going to take one arm up, other arm down. The arm down is the arm that I'm going to glide down on that side. So right now it's my right. So I'm going to turn my cheek. Chin is going to be towards the shoulder of the arm that's up. Butt is going to come back, almost like that hinge movement. And I'm going to come down and come up and rotate forward. So again, down, up, and rotate forward. So I'm rotating here, obliques, down, 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 stabilizing, coming back up, twisting obliques. You can do this body weight. Just be very mindful of like trying to connect to your core. You'll get what you're looking for just doing that. But again, if we're going to use a weight, I'm going to clean it. So that's a clean movement. Press it up. I'm going to rotate, chin to my shoulder, coming down. Keep looking up at the weight and up. Rotate. So I would do 5 this side, and then I'm going to do 5 on the other side. Again, starting with your weaker side first. So that's exercise number 2. Let's go into exercise number 3 to delegate this series. Okay, last exercise is going to be our active planks. So for these guys, I like to be on my elbows. Shoulders are going to be directly underneath. Our elbows are going to be directly underneath my shoulders, excuse me. Remember, I'm going to go into plank position, slight tuck of the butt. I don't want my booty popping up like this. I'm going to bring my shoulders down and back, so I don't want my shoulders rounded. I want them down, back, and all I'm going to do is dip my hips. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm feeling it in my core. It's almost like that blueberry, that lower core is being pulled up and in. What I don't want to see is almost like a dumping of the hips. It's kind of hard to tell a difference in the video, but you'll feel a difference. And so that should be like a low back that's tightened. We don't want that. So really focusing on the core. If you're finding that dip is too much load for you, we can always just go into your standard plank. We can always do it elevated, so maybe on a bench. So standard plank, I could start with on my elbows, or I can be on my hands. I can also be on my knees too. But the hip portion is what makes it active. So I would go into here, again, shoulders down and back, dipping 1, 2, 3, up to 10. And so it's more so like my thighs and my knees are touching the floor as opposed to getting on my belly. So we're going to do 5 reps of the modified Turkish Get-Ups per side, go directly into the windmills of 5 per side. Then we're going to do 10 total active planks. Then I'm going to take a 3-minute rest, repeat that cycle 3 more times with a 3-minute rest between each cycle. That'll wrap up this phase of the workout. So this is day 3 and 6. It's more core focused. So again, we did shoulders and back focus, leg focus, now core. That's what makes a really well-rounded program. If you were to put those 3 days together, you would essentially have 2 full body days, which is just enough. So pretty great. We'll finish up this series, go into a deload week. And like I said, we'll talk about how to decide what your next program is. And then we'll go into it. So kind of a quick video for today. I'm on a time crunch, and she's been really good about being in the gym with me. So, but she's met her limit. We're usually about 20 minutes and we're at 30 now. So I'll also do a video on like how to get your kids in the gym with you, because I think that's really important. You know, for us, it's not that we want them to be pushed into the gym, but we want them to feel like it's home. Especially if you have a home gym or just kind of like a home workout station. So if you have any content you want me to shoot, questions, be sure to drop them in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to share it with your friends and family, and comment and subscribe for updates coming out. I'll see you on the next one. Good job, baby!